The Ohio State University, the Educational Service Center of Central Ohio, and Franklin County and Columbus Public Health, in partnership with school districts throughout Central Ohio, have developed a dashboard for school-based surveillance of COVID-19 activity. Let's explore the resource now using Hilliard City Schools dashboard as an example. At the top is your district name, date when data was last updated, and important notes. We will cover these notes in greater detail during this tutorial. Please read them carefully following this tutorial. Before we begin, it is important to remember that all data displayed are for informational purposes only. Reporting lags or delays from the Ohio Department of Health will cause misalignment between data presented in the dashboard and county data. All data are preliminary and subject to change without prior notice. These limitations mean that all interpretations should be made with caution. The first section is a summary of your district indicators for absences and nurse visits, including student absences due to illness, presented as a %, student nurse or health visits for influenza-like or COVID-like illness symptoms, presented as visits per 1,000 students as a rate, and staff absences due to illness presented as a %. Each of the small icons at the top of the figures performs a specific function. Feel free to explore them to copy the plot, zoom in, or zoom out. There are several things to pay attention to in these figures. 1. The X, or horizontal axis, is the date data were reported. 2. The Y, or vertical axis, is the % or rate depending on the indicator. 3. Actual data is represented by the blue bars. 4. The horizontal dashed lines are thresholds determined by the district using historical data when available. These thresholds provide context for what is expected or normal. 5. Dots represent exponentially weighted moving averages, or EWMAs, a way to smooth out data that assigns more weight or importance to the older data because more recent data may suffer from reporting lag issues. Black dots represent EWMAs that are below the threshold, normality. 6. Red dots represent EWMAs that are above the threshold, anomaly. The second section is a summary of COVID-19 case counts for Franklin County, on the left, and for your district attendance boundary, on the right. The past 4 weeks of data are in the top panels, and historical data going back to March 2020 is presented in the bottom 2 panels. The cases included in these panels do not include cases from congregate settings such as nursing homes and prisons. The data for your district represent counts of cases for everyone living in your district attendance boundary, excluding those in congregate settings. These counts include students who attend and staff who work at your schools but are not specific to that population. The threshold for Franklin County is set at values during April through May, when Ohio's stay-at-home order was in place and the pandemic was relatively under control. The threshold for your district attendance boundary is set based on the expected number of cases for the population in your district attendance boundary. We calculate this number by multiplying the expected number of cases in Ohio by the proportion of Ohio residents living in your district attendance boundary. Your school district may adjust the threshold based on their decision-making processes as well. These figures also use EWMAs. The third and final section displays your district attendance boundary, COVID-19 case rate compared to Franklin County, on the left, and the age distribution of COVID-19 cases during the last 2 weeks, on the right. Trends in the age distribution data can be used to understand whether disease transmission is occurring within schools. We hope this has given you a better understanding of the indicators on your district-specific COVID-19 surveillance dashboard. These data are for informational purposes only and should be interpreted with caution. If you have any questions about data, please feel free to contact Ann Trin at trin.89@osu.edu. If you have any questions about how your district is responding to the pandemic, please contact your district directly.